Hi everyone, it's Deborah. Hey, I am going to show you how to make au jus sauce. So I cooked a big ribeye roast in this pan, and these are the goodies that were left over in the pan. So the way that you want to do this now, my roast was not didn't have a lot of fat on it. I trimmed it up pretty good. But if you have a lot of oil in this pan after you cook, tilt it kind of to the side like this and get a big spoon and drain some of that, pull some of that oil out. And once you get that out, then put it on your heater and then pour in a half a cup of wine. And then from here, we're going to cook this down. It's going to be thick. And it's going to take 5 to 10 minutes. I'll go ahead and cook this down, and I'll show you what it looks like once it's simmered down and reduced. So we want to reduce that wine, obviously, boil off the alcohol. And you just want to deglaze your pan. So while that is boiling down, that'll take a few minutes. I'll come back. Hi everyone. So I'm back. I let it boil down about 5 minutes, and you can see how thick it's now is. So one of the things I didn't tell you before is I placed the roasting pan in the middle of my stove. So I put it middle in there, and it's on medium high. So I put in a half a cup of red wine. I used a Kendall Jackson, a Pinot. It was something delicious in Napa Valley. So I boiled that down, and then I'm going to add about a half a cup, or about a cup and a half, depending how much, how big your roast was and how much grit you have. But you can't go wrong with it because you're going to boil it down again. So now we just stir it, get it in here, deglaze that pan. You see all these chunks of everything in there. Au jus sauce is brothy. It doesn't have chunks of stuff in it. So we will strain this. So depending on how you seasoned your roast, it depends on how much flavor you're going to have at the bottom of your pan. I add 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, and then I also put in some rosemary. And then I just let all this cook down. Should take, another 5 or 10 minutes. And you're going to just let all those flavors seep in together. You might want to dip your finger in it, grab a spoon. Sometimes you might need to add salt, but my roast was seasoned so well, the pan at the bottom had enough seasoning in it. I don't even need to add salt, so it's just perfect. We'll just let those flavors go in. So I'm going to let this cook down. I'll come back once it's cooked down, and I'll show you how to strain it. Okay. So I have boiled it down, as you can see. Looks pretty good here. Now I am going to show you how to strain it and what it should look like once we've gotten all these chunks out of this juice. Okay, here we are. So here's the bowl I want to strain it in, and then here's my strainer. I can't find my fine mesh strainer, so I want the fine one. I must have lent mine out or something to somebody because I can't find it. So what I've done is when you're cooking, you got to figure it out. I just put some cheesecloth in the bottom of this strainer. And now what you do is you pick up the pan carefully. Wear a mitten if it's hot for you. And then you pour it in to strain out all those chunks of stuff. And then what we're going to have underneath is some beautiful au jus sauce that we could use for French dip sandwiches. Well, that's what I'm going to use them for with the roast that I cooked. And there you go. Easy peasy. Now this concentrate looks like it's not yielding as much as I thought it should. So I could also, once I've strained it, I could put it back in a saucepan and add more beef broth to get a more quantity. Typically for 4 people with French dip sandwiches, you need at least a cup of it. You don't need a lot, just enough for them to dip the corners in. So there you go, people. Deborah's au jus sauce. Pure deliciousness. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's delicious. Enjoy.